We are live. Hello. How are you? Hey everybody, this is Brandon. There goes my trusty assistant. And today, the topic, the tutorial video that we're going to be doing is going to be regarding a commonly sought after theme known as Booty Gainz. Our focus is developing the gluteus maximus and the minimus and the medial and all the surrounding muscles around the posterior hips. This is my assistant who's going to be helping me today. Her name is Sweetie. All right, good girl. As you may be aware, dogs have amazing glute power for jumping, running, and hopping. Actually, this is my real assistant that's going to be helping me. My lovely wife, Corey Bertrand. We're going to be going over a list of fundamental exercises today. I just wrote down a few. There are literally hundreds, if not thousands, of variations of these moves. And these aren't the end-all be-all, but these are the moves that you would most commonly want to adopt and master before you start moving into more intermediate and advanced exercises, and then adding in weight and that kind of thing. And I'll get into all the ins and outs of weightlifting and the importance of that. But Booty Gainz, number one, our focus is aesthetics is awesome and pleasing to the eye, and summer's coming up, so it can be motivating if you just walk around the house in a bikini. It'll keep you out of the refrigerator, and it'll also I would highly recommend just doing your workouts in a bikini, but you may want to keep your curtains closed.
That's what you do, right?
Yeah, that's what I enjoy doing personally. But then I'm also kind of somewhat of a fitness icon, some may think of. But I haven't quite gone into the spandex role yet. So Richard Simmons kind of got that market cornered.
Okay.
We're going to discuss, first of all, the squat. We're going to move into some lunges, some step-ups. We want to work the glutes and the hips from all different angles. Then we'll move on down the line. We're going to hit some kickbacks, some side plank to adductions, trying to keep everything balanced and symmetrical. And keep in mind, this isn't just for aesthetics. Of course, this is for the health of your lower back and your knees and your core, really. So it requires a lot of concentration with your upper body when you're doing these movements. So it does build your core and your midline and your body awareness. So here we go. Squat. Number one, I think the probably best way to do it is we're going to stay on this blue mat here today. So what we're looking for on the squat is we're going to look at foot stance first. Is going to be heels under shoulders, strong arched back. We're looking for driving the knees out so they're not folding in. Show us a collapsed knee. What does the knees look like when they're wiggly and uncoordinated? So we're using the glutes and the IT band more by pushing those knees out away from us. We also want to, as we're descending the hips down past the knees, or that's our goal, so we're improving flexibility there. We're also thinking about arching the back, bracing the abs, lifting the chest. So let's do a couple more reps there, Corey. Good. And this is also going to have to do with your ankle flexibility. Our goal is to keep the heels grounded, rooted down. Let's show them what it looks like with a bad squat when your heels are coming off the ground. So you go down and the heels start to lift. Okay, that's loading. That's deloading the posterior chain, putting more pressure in the knees, and we want to avoid that. Squat. Number two is the lunge. Usually we do these in an alternating fashion. There's lots of variations. So let's go ahead and lunge. Our goal is to increase as much range of motion as possible. So we're trying to touch that back knee down to the ground. It's good to do it on a soft surface, or even if you have like knee sleeves, you can slip those on. Most people I would just recommend, even like with like a yoga pant or a legging, that can also help to absorb the shock a little bit. But again, just like the squat, we want to keep the ribs lifted, breathe in. That helps to contract the diaphragm, stabilize the upper body, and control the tempo as we go down into a full range of motion. Next exercise is the lateral lunge, very similar. It's kind of a combination of the squat and the lunge. Our goal is working the inner thighs now. So we on the squat we're working a lot more glutes and quads. This is working even more inner thighs. So we're kind of working around the entire leg from all angles. Plus you're moving side to side. That's improving your coordination and your central nervous system function. Next one is we're going to move into step-ups. This is a great exercise. I have a box. A lot of people may not have a box, so you can push a chair up against the wall because you want that to be stable. Our goal is to push off of the working leg. So right here, the working leg is the right leg. Again, still focusing on the upper body, bracing the abs, so tightening the abs down, and trying not to push off of the back leg. Usually we'll do a set. Sometimes we alternate. Usually if you really want to kick in one side of the glute, this is great for glutes just like lunges. You do a set on the right side, then do a set on the left side. Doesn't really matter which order. Very good. Looking good. And we're going to move down to the ground now for the last couple exercises. This next one is called kickbacks. Okay, there's lots of variations of these. So we're going to start from a quadruped position, which is hands and knees. Good. Good. This is also good for core. That's also known as a bird dog if you lift your arm up. But if you're just trying to focus, this is great for balance, and it's crossing the midline. So that creates a lot more coordination, but you can really activate the glutes and the hamstring, especially if they're already pre-exhausted from doing the squats and the lunges. That's great. But you're going to feel that. I would hold that position for 2 to 3 seconds, and really like 1, 2, and you might even just do a set instead of alternating. You might do a set on one side of 10 to 15 reps, and then move to the other side. So it's all good. You can switch these up however you want. Last exercise that I have on the list is the side plank to leg adduction, meaning your leg is being abducted away from your body. You're moving it away from you. So we're going to start with the beginner position. Let's go from the knees. This is the easiest version. And she's going into a side plank right here. So that's good. She's squeezing the shoulder blades. Midline is stable. She's getting a great workout in the abs and in the shoulders. She's also getting just keep doing a few reps here. This is much more challenging than she makes it look. She's getting a good workout on both legs. So she's targeting this side, her upper leg, but she's getting an amazing workout on the leg that's the support leg. So all those movements are awesome. As far as creating a complex of movements or a workout, we tend to...
Did you want to do the full plank version?
Oh yeah, let's go over the full plank version. So that was kind of more of the beginner, intermediate version, and then this can be a little bit more advanced. So now she's up off her knee, and she's just balancing on her side foot and the elbow forearm, trying to put as much weight on the forearm and less on the elbow. But yeah, that gets pretty tough. You try a set of 8 to 10 of those, you're going to be feeling that the next day. And then as far as a workout, we're going to do a little mini workout. We usually do most of our workouts on the clock. So we'll do a set for 60 seconds on one thing, and then maybe a 60 seconds on the next thing. I would just pair 3 or 4 movements and try to keep moving for about 15 minutes or so, and you'll get a pretty good workout. So we're going to give you a little sample. I'm going to just take those. I'm going to take the squat. I'm going to take the step up, and then we'll do the side plank. And we're just going to give you, we're just going to show you what a 30-second frame would look like. So let's go squat, 30 seconds, and go. Focusing on quality over quantity and controlled movements. Lifting the chest, arching the back, big breath. Coming in. Good. We got about 10 seconds left. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to go into step-ups for 30 seconds. Let's go 15 seconds on each leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, keep going, 5, 6, keep going, 7, 8, one more, and 9, switch, 2, 3, going for 9, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 9. It was about 15 seconds on each side, and then we're going to move to the floor and tackle those glutes from a lateral angle with some balance involved.
skipping
We're going to
around.
do side plank, yeah.
Okay.
Let's go side plank, and we're going to go to the advanced version on this one. So, 15 seconds. Here we go. 1, yes. 2. As you can see, both of my assistants are working very hard at this point. We got 3, 2, 1, and switch. Generally, I like to keep these formats very simple with, 2, 3, sometimes 4 exercises. There you go, about 5 seconds. Awesome, very good. You kicked it. All right, now we're just gonna go 10 more rounds of that. Anyways, the sky's the limit on this stuff. I mean, the goal is to just kind of get the heart rate up and really feel fatigue, but not to compromise the form. It's always going to be quality and control over how many reps you can get and how fast you can go, or even how long you can go. As you get stronger, then that's when you start to increase volume, increase how long you're doing the workouts. And you really need to master these body weight mechanisms before you move into like major weightlifting. When we have people come into the gym, we pretty much start them with body weight anyways, or very lightweight, like sometimes just a PVC pipe. But you're going to start building a lot of strength and support, and you're going to start building a lot of confidence just by doing an array of these movements. As you get into month 2, month 3, and so on, then we can start adding, like dumbbells, kettlebells, barbells, that kind of thing. Because you actually do, to really get the big booty gains that everyone talks about. Yeah, you can sit in the gym for hours, doing these little like kickbacks for your glutes and all that kind of thing. But what's creates the bulk of the muscle is heavier loads. But again, you have to master the basics. And even if you never move to like becoming a heavy weightlifter, you can become very athletic and very strong, and you can start adding in a lot of different intervals like rowing and running and cycling and jumping rope and plyometrics. Anyways, tune in. We got all kinds of other movements and different options. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you soon.